Do you know how to talk about how often you do something? In the IELTS speaking test, it's very likely you'll get a question about how often you do certain activities. So here are 2 useful phrases you can use in your IELTS speaking test. Phrase number 1, all the time. All the time. All the time is a synonym for always or very, very often. It's a very casual expression, so it's suitable for the IELTS speaking test too. For example, I watch movies on my phone all the time. I listen to music all the time. Phrase number 2, every now and then. Every now and then. Every now and then is a synonym for sometimes. It means you sometimes do something. For example, I go to the cinema every now and then. We go out to a cafe every now and then. So English is a little bit weird because the phrase all the time doesn't actually mean always. All the time is used very casually and loosely in English, so it means very, very often. You can use all the time to show that you enjoy doing something too, or that something happens a lot. For example, I love watching movies, so I go to the cinema all the time. That doesn't mean you watch movies 24 hours a day or you live in the cinema. It just means you really, really like movies. Because all the time isn't an adverb like always, often, or sometimes, it comes after the verb or object, not before. So the best way is to put it at the end of a sentence. For example, all the time I read stories about celebrities sounds unusual and incorrect. Instead, I read stories about celebrities all the time. However, with every now and then, it sounds natural to put it at the start or the finish of a sentence. For example, every now and then I try to cook a new recipe in my kitchen at home is correct. So is I try to cook a new recipe in my kitchen at home every now and then. Here are some Part 1 example answers about your habits using the same language. Question 1. How often do you drink water? All the time. When I wake up in the morning, I drink a glass of water because it helps me wake up and keeps me hydrated. During the day, especially at work, I drink a lot of water as well. I'm not a big fan of fizzy drinks like Coke or Pepsi, so sometimes even if I go to a restaurant, I'll drink water, especially if I have to drive afterwards. Question 2. How often do you go to a cinema to watch a movie? I don't go to the cinema that much, to be honest, but I'm a big fan of Marvel movies, so every now and then, if there's a new Avengers film or something like that, I'll definitely go and see it on the big screen. So if you're interested in this approach to learning English and you want to prepare for your IELTS speaking test in the same way, you can find more phrases and vocabulary like this video in my IELTS speaking ebook. It's available in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.